Hey Pokefans, today I wanted to go over how to sort through bulk cards for sale on eBay. If you want to sort through bulk cards for adding to your own collection, I would use a different method. But I sell on eBay under amazing underscore Pokemon underscore collection, amazing Pokemon collection on eBay, and I buy thousands and thousands of cards in order to run my store. So I got these out of a binder, and I thought people might want to know my process for going through these cards, so I wanted to go through that. The very first step after I pull them out of the binder is to go through the backs, and when I go over the backs, I can obviously see the ones that have a lot of wear, and those need to come out. I can tell the wear because of all the white along the edges. It's a little far away right there, but these all look pretty good. That's got a little spot of white there. While I'm taking them out of the binders, if there's anything that's super rare or shiny or in extra mint condition, I go ahead and throw it into a penny sleeve right away so that it doesn't get damaged during this sorting process. But I go through the backs first because it doesn't make sense to go over the fronts of the cards only to turn the card over to find that it's pretty useless for sale as far as an individual card. So just going to run through these very quickly. Anything with a lot of wear, those are some that are pretty bad all in a row, and they usually run that way too. You'll see one bad card and then there'll be a whole bunch of others right next to it. That's just the way they come in the binders usually. So those are pretty ugly. And these will all go into a bulk lot that I sell as either bulk lot light play, moderate play, or heavy play. Sometimes I get batches that are really creased, dented, really only good for crafts or for kids to play with, or that kind of a thing. And I still sell them because there's still people who just can't afford to pay the premium prices and still want to have a collection. And the cards are still pretty on the front. But for instance, if you look at this card, no, you wouldn't want to buy that card individually, right? But if it came in a big batch, it would be okay. Here come a whole bunch of bad looking cards right there, all in a row. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those out. And I guess I should have grabbed a smaller batch of cards, but see if I can speed this up electronically. Okay, there's one more. There's another bad batch. See what I mean by they usually come all in a row? I presume that's because they've all come from one person. This one's kind of iffy. You see, it's just got like a dot in the corner. So I might turn it over quickly. That's a Dark Dragonite. I'm not going to want to throw that in a bulk lot. So I'm going to hang on to him. Get rid of these guys. And there's just a couple more. Okay. Everything else looks pretty good as far as nice clean cards. So once I've gone through the backs of the cards, then now I flip them over to see if there's anything there. Let's say there's some Crystal Charizard there or something that I just really had to have. In this case, there's a first edition Goldeen. The back's really not that bad. I'm going to set him aside as kind of a keeper. Here's some more first edition cards. These are some non-holo rares. That wouldn't be too... that pincer, that one looks pretty bad. So I'd probably save this guy and throw that guy in the lot. I don't know that I need those Magmars. Dark Vaporeon's always good. He's not too bad. These Dittos, non-holo rares. Probably keepers. These aren't too bad. Here's some first editions. And ooh, a Dark Flareon. Who doesn't like a Dark Flareon? And again, not too bad. Could definitely sell him as late play. That Mew is pretty badly damaged. It's dented. You see it? It's dented. It's creased. That's definitely gonna go in a heavy play lot. This promo. Now I'll leave him here in the lot. And Articunos, I'll take these two. This guy's pretty ugly. This Dragonite, Aerodactyl, those are pretty good cards. So after I sort them by backs, now I'm left with a group of pretty bad cards. These will go in a bulk lot. They sell for really cheap. These that I ended up keeping will go into lots as well, but in their own lots. I might sell some of them individually, but they'll probably be used to make sets. And their backs really weren't that bad. Well, that guy there is pretty bad. Yeah, I think I'll get rid of that ditto. Otherwise, they're not too bad. And then when it comes to the remaining cards, I'll flip them over and you know, pull out the ones that are automatic pullouts. That's pretty nice. These prime cards. Set those aside. This is a really, really pretty. I'm just going to pause there. Look at that beautiful Lapras. It's a promo card. I might need that for my own collection. So anyway, I'm going to set him aside. I've got a pre-release first edition Aerodactyl. This reverse Dragonite's not too bad. Now this guy's kind of beaten up, so I'll actually put him in a separate stack. I also sell lots of foil cards that are damaged, so I'm going to sell him in the damaged foil cards lot. There's another nice foil card. Alright, so then there's a nice Mr. Mime. Really nice one. So the next step is to pull out the basic cards. So those are Jungle, Base, Fossil, Team Rocket, Base 2, all the Neos, and the gym set. So I'm going to pull those apart. While I'm at it, I kind of keep an eye out. This is definitely not a Net or whatever that is. So that's a foreign card. I make a separate stack for foreign language cards. But I'm going to pull out the basics because the basic cards I use for, these are the Gen 1 sets, yeah? I use to make full sets, and I sell full sets of these. It's really difficult to sell these cards individually. There's a foreign language card, so I'll make another stack. That's a Garmignon, I guess, instead of a Chikorita. So we'll set him aside. These are some Fossil cards. Fossil, Team Rocket. Okay, so these are automatic keepers for making into full sets for sale. Oh, so by the way, if you need a full set of cards, check me out on eBay. I'll be listing some full sets shortly. Alright, almost done. Okay. I just love looking at these Pokemon cards, don't you? I presume you do because you're watching. There's a foreign language. Alrighty, so these cards will be set aside to be set into penny sleeves, and I'll show you how I do the penny sleeves really quickly. I put a whole batch of sleeves at the back. I'll pull out a sleeve, grab the card on top, slip it in. That's it. Pull it out, slip it in. Yeah. I was trying to show you how easy that is, but maybe not. So if you spend hours grabbing a sleeve from a stack, this might be a method you want to consider. This Goldeen's got some schmutz. Oh, but it's a first edition. I better go ahead and set it aside. So anyway, very quickly, the Gen 1 cards will go in a separate stack in sleeves. So right now I have a stack of Gen 1 cards that will be used for making sets. I have a stack of individual cards. These will be sold individually. I have only one card, so that's good. Only one card that was damaged. I know you can't see it, but there's some scratching on that reverse foil, so that one's going to go in the damaged set. I've got some Japanese cards that will go in the Japanese set. I've got these foreign language cards. I have the damaged cards. I have the damaged cards that I'm still gonna hang on to just because of their value. These are all uncommons or mostly non-holo rares, which, as we know, or their first editions are harder to come by. So I am going to go ahead and hang on to those. So that leaves me with only this stack here. The last step is to sort through these and to look for any that are, I'm waiting for it to focus, looking for any that are rare. Whoops, that's a Gen 1 card. So I look through for any of the non-holo rare symbols, which I think looking at Bayleaf, that's a Japanese. Okay, so this will teach me to do this without my glasses. Anyway, went too fast. I'm finding a whole bunch of Gen 1 cards in here. Let's say I found, I'm pretty sure this Vaporeon is a non-holo rare. Let me bring him right up to the camera. See if it'll focus. It won't. But I'll look for the non-holo rares and I'll set them aside in a separate stack. And I'm gonna say that that's about it. The rest seem to be uncommons and commons. So now these non-holo rares will also go in some penny sleeves, and I sell these in batches of 100, so 100 non-holo rares. And that's it. Took me about 10 minutes, went through about 100 cards probably. I don't know if that's fast or if that's slow to you, but I found that's a method that works best for me. These are the different categories I put my cards in. Again, I have the damaged that are sold in a bulk lot. I have the undamaged commons and commons that are sold in a bulk lot for a higher price, of course. I have my non-holo rares, my damaged holos, my Japanese, foreign language, my holos that are sold separately, and then my Generation 1 cards that will go into sets. One of these days I'll show you where those cards are stored once I've sorted them. You will love it. I can promise you that. So stay tuned, hang in there. Thanks for tuning in. I don't know if this was helpful to anybody, but I thought it might be, so I thought I would share it with you. So until next time, everyone, catch 'em all. Thanks for watching.